So this video is going to be about using two Mothers products that I used in a previous video on my downpipe to polish up a piece of my exhaust. I took off my original muffler when I installed the GTI TCR muffler. So I'm just going to do a little bit of an experiment, see how this works on a piece of exhaust equipment that's actually been on the car and used for a while, just to see how can we restore it and how well does this work. I saw one other video of someone using this with a rag, this product, the mag and aluminum polish, but I want to see, how does the Powerball make it easier? What results can I get? And yeah, can you make a old exhaust or an exhaust that's had a few miles on it look almost new? Because this could mean that you can really improve the way your exhaust looks if you're either super OCD about it, which I don't fall into that camp for the record, at least not when it comes to my exhaust, or if you're trying to sell a piece of exhaust equipment. Now, again, this doesn't really matter for something like this muffler because I might get 50 bucks, maybe 200 bucks max for a muffler like that. Don't want to sell it for that much money, but I want to see how this works in case I were trying to sell it or selling, maybe something that's worth a little bit more like a downpipe or whatnot. So let's get into it. And yeah. So to start off, I just sprayed down the muffler and wiped it down with some acetone and isopropyl just to get it ready before I polished it. After that, I just spread the polish on the surface of the muffler to get it ready for polishing. I used a pretty thin layer, although I probably could have gone even thinner. And then I started polishing. So I did this in a cross-hatched pattern, basically one pass each way on each side of the muffler, and I got pretty good results in the end. You're supposed to use this on a pretty low speed, although I actually used this on a medium to maximum speed. I actually ended up using the drill setting on my drill, and I got pretty good results that I was really happy with. So after polishing, I cleaned off the muffler, and you can see the results I got were actually pretty great. The only thing is there was still some pitting right where that pipe exits or actually enters the muffler, and I used steel wool to try and get rid of that, and it actually worked really well. So here are the results. Now I'm not getting this to look perfect, but if you compare to how it looked before, it looks pretty good. And you can get this to near mirror if you work at it. I'm not gonna. But there are the results, and you can really see too how well it does on the tips. There's some pitting on the tips. That's from corrosion. But in the places with chrome still, it looks perfect. And here, now you can see the top side. There is still a little pitting. And this was coming off with steel wool, but I'm gonna leave it because it's in a non-visible location. But again, you can really see how it came out, how shiny the tips are, and that all that browning is off of the pipes and whatnot. You can see I didn't do here. Now this is not that affected, but you know, the majority of the exhaust looked like this before, so there's a huge difference for, I would say, about 15 to 25 minutes of effort if you include just getting these things out, and I was barbecuing at the same time and also videoing. But yeah, so you can see how great would that look in a for sale ad. So the conclusion of this video is that these two products, this Mothers aluminum polish, well, I bet you every aluminum polish is the same, and this Mothers Powerball or Power Brush or whatever, it's just like a foam brush, almost like a foam terry cloth. I don't even know how to describe it, but these are just foam things. It started out as red, but I used it on my downpipe when it came because it didn't look that great, and it worked like a charm, so I wanted to try it on a bit of an older piece of equipment. Again, this muffler had about 40,000 kilometers on it. It was through 3 winters, although I'd really call that 1.5 winters with COVID driving. And yeah, obviously not selling this, but you know, if you had a downpipe or an exhaust that was worth a decent amount of money that you wanted to sell for the amount of effort, this can probably either get you selling the item quicker or get you a little bit more money for it. So I would definitely recommend it. Definitely worked. And yeah, thanks for watching.